Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Misha and Crystal Do Reality Reviews. I'm Crystal Annette.
Hey everyone, thank y'all for joining us. We have finally reached the finale. And yeah, let's just get into it.
Yeah. And y'all know that's Misha Allen. Y'all know that's Misha Allen.
Oh, did I not say my name?
I know who she is. I'm having an issue right now. So hold on one second. Hi, everyone. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Yes, let's get it going. Tonight was the
Yeah.
finale. Thank goodness. Let's get it going. So, yeah, let me hit this present on here and this I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm just glad it's done. I'll be honest with y'all. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Am I having an issue? Hold one second. You bear with me a second, y'all. There it is. So as y'all know that this was the one that we were hoping to see, that they actually had a conversation that they wouldn't cut it. Go ahead, Misha. You want to start with this, or you want me to go?
I felt like either this conversation was a lot, like there was more detail than was shown, or that they already had an outside discussion. Because to me, like the way he sat down, he's staring at the table, he's staring at the fork, he's looking out the window, and she's just like, "Oh, I believe everything he says." I'm like, "Huh?" Because that wouldn't have been enough for me. But I think they probably had an outside conversation or something because it just, I don't know. I'm not in all of their scenes. I don't know. It was with Sydney and Phil, they just seemed really choppy. Like it didn't really like I was like, it feels like a lot is missing here, but okay, like
No, I
I
totally agree. I totally agree, and it was so funny because and you know, you and I we noticed things that a lot of so that we feel like maybe some people didn't notice. He walked in
Mhm.
with his drink. He walked in with whatever that was, out of bourbon or whatever. I was like, well, did y'all have a meeting at the bar? Then the producer said for her to walk in and act like this is your first time seeing each other. And so
Mhm.
I definitely feel that their scenes were very choppy, and they didn't even see her response, and we'll get into that in a second. But as y'all know, I didn't say that it was his fault or her fault, but I definitely said that both of them had played a part in the altercation, right? And he said that he definitely did not want to pick her up, but and he was trying to say something before he got to that point. So that was an interesting step, but it really felt like this whole scene was about 3 minutes. And I agree with AW. This whole episode could have been an email. Like this
It
could have
seems like it already was, and
yeah.
then they were like, sit down and say two words to each other.
Exactly, exactly. So I definitely think that this could have been totally cut. I don't feel Sydney don't like to wear clothes. She just don't like to wear clothes. Now I'm not saying that she ain't got the body for it. Get
Right. Like
hey,
Frank said, she got the body.
the body yaddy yaddy. She got the body yaddy yaddy. So I do think I don't know. A lot of people were saying, they're both fire signs, and I don't know. One, I do appreciate how Sydney handled herself in the last couple of episodes, because I definitely feel like one, she was strategic. This
Mhm.
girl's middle name is Strategy, but at the same time, I feel like she showed growth. If this was an acting part, like she showed growth. So I definitely agree with. I definitely think that. So yeah, um, yeah, that's all I got. What do you have anything else for the scene?
No.
Okay, let's go.
Did okay, Moomin looked like she was the third wheel. Like it looked like, okay, is this Moomin the sister? Are you introducing Sydney to the sister?
Little sister.
Because it just I was like, what was the point? Like why okay, I don't know. But I'm just like I like Sydney and Frank. I feel first of all, I feel like Frank has a more of attraction and a connection with Sydney versus Moomin. I feel like Sydney and Frank are playing it safe with going with the safe options. I think Sydney doesn't want to be played and she's looking for longevity. And I think she sees that with Phil, but would she be happy with Phil? And vice versa. Like Phil sees, not Phil, what's that man's name? Frank sees longevity with Moomin, but would he be happy and content with Moomin? So that's like what I was getting from this. But yeah, I was like, okay, now I understand. I can understand why Tasia got upset because this was reminding me of Tasia talking about she was the third wheel and why is the seating like this. But this scene, I was like, why is the seating like that? But
I totally agree. I just feel like she looks like the little sister here. Like Sydney and Frank, and maybe it's just that comfortability. I just feel like they're comfortable with each other, and they're not flustered. She just wants to let's hang out and have some brunch and not make a big deal out of everything. And yeah, it's almost like they wanted to make him sweat. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Just this, to me, I just see them, and honestly, they could be great friends. You know, like you said, like they said, they know each other from the scene, the nightlife. And Moomin, she wants to try to not fix him, but she wants to try to convert him or make him want.
yeah, she do.
Right.
She
I
do.
don't not fix him, but want to make him be a better man. Or she's trying.
She wants to turn him into a Christian, and
turn him.
only
Very
God
good
can do
word,
that.
turn
You
him.
can only become a Christian once you get a revelation from God.
Right.
So
that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, sis. Oh, this was great.
so many of y'all were talking about this wig. I was like, this okay. First of all, I just feel like short hair is like Sabrina's look. So I'm like, stay with that. I don't want to see her in nothing different. Just stay with the short hair. Y'all were dragging her for that wig. But look at Walter's face. Like, why does he always look like this around her? Like, he just has like this confused or like questioning type of look on her face. And I'm like,
Because he's scared. He knows. So he knows he's gonna have to bring it with her. He doesn't have to sit back in his laurels. He doesn't have with her. He can't. He can't. He has to. He has to step up to the plate. And I don't know. She must have said something at this specific point in time, and she's asking for an answer. She's asking for clarity, and he just wants to eat his food. I'm gonna go back to what Camden said. Him and Moomin is a weird match because I thought she was saving herself from marriage, and he is hypersexual. Yep. Yeah, this whole scene right here, and I just feel like Frank, and we're going to talk about this later. But Frank thinks that he's got it in the bag. He thinks that this is all I have to do. I'm just going to follow the show's protocol, and that's it. No. Oh, this was funny. Hold on, wait a minute. What do you have there? Okay, I was about to say. So first of all, why the 18-year-old, the little girl? I know that he doesn't have any siblings. Are they?
Was that his daughter? I feel like I misheard that, or was that his daughter? I was like, how old is Frank to have a daughter that old?
They're both his cousin.
Oh, that's the cousin. Okay.
They're both his cousin, and she was really sweet, pretty girl, but you could tell that she was like, he's flawless. Frank is an incredible person, and he's perfect. And I said, sis, you don't know Frank.
See, they both put on that representative. It's like, yep. you know what to expect because you're both African. You know what they want to hear. They both came in with that representative, like trying to win them over. And I feel like this was kind of like confirmation that Moomin was the safe bet. Because they said, well, Sydney has the personality, but Moomin has like the family side. And so I feel like a lot of people do this. They choose someone because, oh, they have the characteristics that I want to like raise a family or things of that sort.
Mhm.
Then you bored, you are not happy. Now you got 2 and 3 and 4 side chicks because you're not really content with this person. So sometimes it's like I get slightly why Frank might be interested in Moomin, but you got to look at the bigger picture. Could he be happy with her long term? And my whole thing is he is breaking his neck every time Sydney walks in the room, every time she walks by. It's not that type of thing with Moomin. And it's not that looks are everything or you should just go off of physical attraction, but you can't deny his attraction and his I think that he's more connected to Sydney than Sydney is to Frank. But I think that he has strong feelings for Sydney. And yeah, I don't think yeah, it's just there's a lot of reasons why Moomin isn't it, but I just feel like you feel that chemistry with Sydney. Just go with Sydney. So
Okay. Okay, I want to go back up to Jeremy Speaks. That's our boy Jeremy. She said she should have stayed at the kiddie table. She
you
said
know
Frank is
what?
perfect. That man is a heathen. So
You
it
know, not the
you
kiddie
saying
table.
to me, I'm like, you cannot, people choose you're choosing who you want the man to be, or you're choosing who he's, and I get choosing a man for not choosing a man for his ambition, but yes, he can be working a lower level position now and then, for his ambition or what have you. But Frank is not, he has not said, oh yes, I'll be celibate with you. He said, I am
No.
bisexual. He has not said it. So to me,
Hmm.
you're trying to choose him so you can convert him or try to change him, and it's not gonna work. It doesn't work like that. Nobody's gonna change unless they want to change. And so this whole, it was so funny. The guy in red, he was like, as soon as she sat down, y'all look good together. And he like pulled her close and everything. But he did the same thing with Sydney. And I just feel like this whole thing is so fake and just not.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. And that's another thing. No, I don't know why, but he knows how to talk. Like he knows what to say
Hmm.
to whoever, not necessarily me or you, but to make these women feel like they can change him or make them feel like
No, I think he knows what to
Damn
say.
guy say?
Uh-huh.
He's a politician. Go ahead.
I think he's good with his words, but you got to use critical thinking. And I think that's why Moomin might get strung along because he's not necessarily lying to Moomin, but Moomin's not paying attention to his word choice. So she can probably get sucked up in that. But Nalante, Nalante, he knows what to do. Yeah, Lila.
Yeah, why why would he choose Sydney when he knows that he was friend zoned? It was
But
apparent.
I would rather see that scene of him saying he chooses Sydney rejects him, and they go home. But
Hmm.
to choose Moomin at a default, that's just like it. I'd rather see that
What
than
is the
to have
attraction?
whatever we saw at the end.
Right, right, right. And somebody said, what was Jeremy just saying? So to me, I feel like she just wanted to be chosen. And so y'all, everybody's been saying this word that she's a pick Misha. When at the end when she's standing there, I was like, so you just wanted to be chosen? Like that's not.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's what I was saying to
That's
Misha
what she
before we
was
came on. I was
forcing.
like,
She
okay, so
forced these
now
connections.
say it again.
she forced these connections. Every single one, she tried to like force it, and I don't know. It's like because I thought she was a pick me on the show, meaning that she just wanted to be chosen on the show to
Mm-hmm.
get to the end. But
Right.
from what we saw in the trailer, it looks like she just might be a pick me because she really felt like whatever.
No, I saw it
But
at the end. I just saw it at the end, and I don't, using specific words to describe people, but
Mhm.
like I said, oh, so you just wanted to be chosen. Like you don't. There's nothing to this man that says that he is going to be that man, that Christian man that's going to be there for you and is going to try to abide by your Christian beliefs and not force you into bed, but he's not going to stop being hypersexual. He's not going to stop being that. Women don't care who she ends up with. If Kermit the Frog was on there,
Not
she would have
Herman.
been trying to get to Josie, Jonesy.
Maybe Elmo.
That's so funny.
Stay right, stay right, stay
Stay
right, stay
right, stay right, stay right, stay right, stay right, stay right, stay right. Okay, all right. Let's move on. Let's move on, y'all. Let's move on. Let's move on to the Pizza Resistance. This
But
man,
did you notice the cousin was breaking his neck to
yes,
look
that's
at Sydney too?
what
I
I
was
was
like,
like.
it must run in the family. Y'all just be breaking necks all around. I was like, my goodness, she ain't here for you, cousin.
That's what I was
Like,
like. This man straightened up his back. He said he straightened up his back. He started licking his lips in front of Cindy. Look at all of this. Look at all of this. He straightened himself up talking to Cindy. But you know what was funny with Sydney? As soon as she walked in the room, she said, "So how is he with kids?" Like she was like, "Let's hit it. Let's go. Let's." I said, "There you go, Sydney." I was like, I said, "She just hit it with him." But saying that he's perfect and he's flawless, I was like, "Oh, sweetheart." I didn't even, if it's something that I just don't even trust or I'm like, I don't even know anything the little sister says. I was like, that's sweet. I was like,
why was she
I
there?
don't
I feel like
know.
she's just a little too young to be on there. I don't know. Like,
I didn't even
I don't really
not that I
think.
didn't take it seriously. I was like, oh, she's cute.
No,
I
even
was
last
thinking of,
season when Vernisha brought her daughter, I'm like, why is she there?
why is she
Like,
there? I
I'm.
was like, oh, I'm not paying attention to anything you're saying. That's cute. Oh, that's all I was thinking. Like, okay, okay.
You
That
know
cousin
what?
was built like a horny,
You know what?
a horny gerbil.
You know what? I'm not even gonna play with y'all.
He was trying to figure out how Frank couldn't get someone of Sydney's calendar. How Frank could get someone of Sydney's calendar. I knew you meant Sydney. I knew you meant Jeremy. Yeah, horny gerbil is hilarious though. Yes, I peeped that too. That too. How he was looking. I'm telling y'all, he just straightened up his back.
Mhm.
So, oh, I'm sorry. Now I'm going too far. Going too far. Let me get right. First of all, shout out to, and I will say this out of for as long for I guess for another episode. Shout out to Sabrina and the Fashions. Just straight up
Mhm.
Sabrina and the Fashions. I like the mom and the sister, or yeah, the aunt and this was that his sister. Um, they seem very sweet, but they also seem like they know their nephew. That yeah, okay, like yeah, like after his wife passed, he's been out in these streets. So yeah,
I like, first of all, what they showed in the trailer was different than what they showed here. I want to see the tea. It looked like they was getting into it on the trailer, but they didn't show that. But first thing, Sabrina sits down and they're like, "Oh, where are you from?" She's like, "I was born in Korea." It's like, you told us she was from.
right. So So the sister asked where is she from, and he said Virginia. Now apparently she is she was born in Korea but lived in Virginia, DC area for the last 15 years. So he
Technically, she is from
technically, yeah,
there,
yeah,
but it was funny.
it was
But
funny.
y'all, okay, so I wanted to talk real quick about this interview Walter did with Crystal Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, we were right when we said that ex was not his ex, the ex with the fingernails. He said that technically wasn't his ex. They dated over 15 years ago, and she wanted something more serious. She wanted commitment, and he didn't want that with her. So technically, we were right. It wasn't an ex, but he started talking about Sabrina, and that talking about, well, she told me I didn't call her. Well, her phone works too. And he started saying that pursuing someone is 50-50. So what do you think about that, Crystal? Like if you if you meet a man and he's telling you it's 50-50.
Okay, so y'all know I'm about to do this show in another 30 minutes, and this is such a this kind of sticks in my craw because, when I did the men's panel, the guys always talked about, pursuing a woman and being the pursuer and being the one to approach a woman. And then I was going to say it later on when Sabrina makes her exit. This is going to be my point later on, is that Sabrina, she's not of that 50-50 mindset. She's not of that time when he wants to. So Walter likes a younger girl, likes a younger woman who looks at him like a sugar daddy or like a daddy, and we'll do that 50-50 of the pursuing. Sabrina's not, no. She's like, I know how it is for a man to pursue me, to approach me and make me feel like I am wanted. And
Mm-hmm.
so to me, how I feel is that is why that Sabrina took her exit and took her flowers with her, because she said, I'm always going to be classy. I'm always going to um, carry myself with class and dignity. But you still got to come. If he goes, why didn't he do some 90-10? Why didn't he do I don't know, 75%, and let her know, hey, I'm interested. But if she's got to constantly be pouring into him
Mm-hmm.
and not getting anything back, then there's not going to be any 50-50. And I do think Sabrina would be that 50-50 when there is a relationship, or not 50, but would do as much pursuing when there's an actual relationship.
Yeah, well, like when people say 50-50, I feel like it's
Say it,
first of
Auntie.
all, like I heard a saying, never get someone that's only willing to go 50%
Right.
because when it's actually time for them to move or go that 50%, they really only gonna go 20.
We're really going to
So
go
you
10.
really want someone that's 100% in because they'll go to the halfway mark when you need them there. So I just don't so it's like he's saying 50-50. That seems a little tit for tat. So if you call her, then you're not gonna call her again until she call you. So you just it's too tit for tat. You are you putting tally marks on the wall
Yes.
to calculate? Like that's too much.
Well,
Like
he
it.
may not be putting tally marks on the wall, but he even said it later on. He said, I hadn't spoken to her since she met my family. So let's say she meets his family, and 3 days from now, they're supposed to be, I don't know what's the lag time between the family meeting and I choose you meeting on the bridge. But if you haven't called me in 3 days, or well, hell, if even if it's 48 hours, he should have called her after they had that dinner with the family. And he should have said, hey, how are you doing? How did you feel? Something. He should have followed
Yeah,
up. He should have done some type of reciprocation. He should have, but him saying,
right.
oh, reciprocation's 50-50, not really. It's not. It's
But
not.
part of me, yes, he should have reached out, but I think at the same time he knew they did not like her. Cause as soon as she left, they was like, she's different. And me and you both know, both our mothers say that we're different when they don't like something. So,
Mhm. It doesn't even matter
uh-huh.
if they didn't like her, if
Mhm.
he should have still followed up. As a man, as somebody that just met
Right.
his aunt and sister, he should have said, "Hey, how are you doing? Thank you for whatever." He should have followed up. He should have been that gentleman. And saying that he hadn't seen or spoken to her since the meeting with his family, that says it right there. And reciprocation is 50-50. Sir, you're the gentleman, you're the man. Like, call her and be that. She said he had a week and a half of consistency. They were on this process at least
2 months.
8 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And a week and a half of consistency, really? No. And honestly, a week and a half of consistency says that you're not interested. That's not 50-50. That's not 50-50.
The only thing I like is that he brought 2 women to
Mhm.
meet the family. I'm like, why are these people bringing all these men to meet the women? I was like, my goodness. Well, him and Phil, they brought females, but everybody else, I was like, there's a lot of men.
Mhm.
But I'm like, I just,
Right. So high vibes agree. So she said, if you introduce someone to your family, then at least follow up with her for her
yeah,
thoughts about the meeting.
he
Say, just
didn't
call her.
care.
Just call her. And he didn't. He didn't do the follow up. And so, I mean, that just says it right there that he wasn't following. If he didn't at least do that, that means he was not following up at all.
He don't care.
Technically, that was
He
50
made it
50. He
clear.
didn't reach. Go ahead. What are you saying? Sorry.
No, sorry, go ahead.
I was just reading LNV's. Technically, he was 50-50. He didn't reach out, so she didn't either. She met him halfway. I think that's 0-0. I feel like and I even I so I was like, even I said, like, yeah, they look good together. They're always matching, but that's friends. That's friends. They're gonna be good friends. I said that last week. They're gonna be good friends. And I'm sorry, but never mind. I'll say it later at the end because we're gonna go to the little bridge meeting in a second. So yeah, just like you were just saying that she Dante had to meet the two guys. But I don't
Listen,
know.
did you catch what she said when she walked through that
I
door?
did. I did.
She said back again.
I did.
She done had an encounter with the
She
immaculate
said, she said,
equipment.
Aisha back again. Aisha, you were the girl that I ever had. She said, Aisha's back again. Hmm.
Y'all, please make sure y'all hit that like button, please, and thank you.
Yes, please hit that like button. Thank you guys so much. Yeah, Aisha said, Aisha back again. I thought Aisha's face was gonna crack as hard as she was
Yeah,
smiling.
they both look happy.
Yes.
I was like, okay,
And you know
but
what? You just said something. Go ahead.
we we gotta get into we got to get into another one of this 50-50. First of all, if you got a 50-50 mentality, stay away from me.
Right.
Don't come over here because here we go again with this 50-50 talk. And Aisha, I liked her answer.
I
She said, "Oh,
love
I mean,
her
I'll pay
answer.
a bill or two."
Right. But I love her answer, but she was not with it. She was not having it. First of all, you just mentioned something about Dante, that he brought two guys, but I don't know. Do you think Dante would have a lot of men friends or to meet this girl? He said that those are his two aces that they would know him best. Um Yeah, so we're about to get into this. Did you? Yeah, we need to get into this conversation. First of all, I did like her outfit. Her outfit here and at the end of the show, very pretty. Very. I don't like turtlenecks, but the actual dress was very pretty. So we're about to get into this. Let's talk about this. So
Listen,
let's
listen, listen. When he sat there I said, what in the 1932
Right.
talking about? Well, mama did it all.
That's
Mama
what I was
took
about to
us
say.
fishing. Mama taught us electricity. I said, well, good for your damn mama, but I ain't her. Damn it. Like, I ain't
So,
grabbing no fishing pole. Like, no. And Aisha was right. Allow me to rest in my femininity.
so
when
here's
when
the
black
thing.
women are deemed too strong, they're too tough, they're too this, they're too that, but then you want them outside with wires in the trees, and what are you like? No. And then to say, I'm not trying to be rude at all, and I
First
heard
of
that
all,
Dante's mother's no longer here. But I'm like, with that mentality that you have, that your mama needs to do it all and your mama's so strong, well, clearly she could not take all of that. She was doing what she had to do. But if you see that your mom's doing all this stuff, give her a break, give her a hand. Like, don't
say
think
that.
that like every woman now needs to do what your mother did. No, your mother did that because
Because
that
she
was
loves
her
you.
only option and she did the best she could do. Like Candace said in the comments, Mama was tired. Yes, Mama
Yes.
was tired. Like we like I do not need no, because it was just like, what? Like, is that really your mindset? Do you not really get that your mom was struggling? Your mom was tired. Your mom needed help. What she did was not the most healthy thing to do as far as her taking on such a huge load and burden. And for you to think another woman that comes into your life needs to do the same thing, I was like, y'all can stay over there because that's a no for me.
Okay. So first of all, the way he even phrased it, well, I feel like he was trying to trap her into saying something. I'm sorry, but the way, she said, um, I want a provider. I want a man. I want to
Mhm.
that man to be that provider in my life. And he said, well, we were raised by a single mother, and my mother taught us how to fish and taught us how to be a contractor or whatever. And I'm like, no, you're not going to track Aisha. You're not going to try to manipulate what she's saying. And so she said, I can help out, but she's like, and I think she even said, I'm a business owner, and I do think that she would like to be the business owner. And just because she runs her own salon, she's also a hairstylist. And maybe she wants to run the business and not be having her chair too. She wants to be the one to run the business. She's like, if I take care of him, if I come home, I will be being a chef in my lingerie. I will do that for that man. But I want to rest in my femininity. And I just appreciate the fact that she was like, I can help out, but I want that man in my life. So she
Right.
was very much, she stuck to her guns. And I really felt like he was trying to not manipulate, but turn her words
He
around.
was. He
He tried
was. He was trying to convert her to his beliefs and his system, and she said no. And Aisha said before, she wants to be flued out. You cannot get flued out on 50-50. You can't do that. You can't pay for no plane ticket with on 50-50. And one person needs to pay. And that's like, so I'm like, no, I don't understand all this 50-50 with every little thing. Like, you can keep that, because if you don't want to do the work that you're supposed to do, then just say that. You can stay where you at.
Yeah, that was really interesting. And so I want to go back to Sean's question or comment. He said, "So y'all expect Dante to pay all the bills with a combination of 5 kids?
He got
Aisha is going
3.
to have to pay more than a bill or two." So Aisha's a business owner. Sean, he works for the government. He works in securities.
Yeah.
I think that they
I
would
mean,
both.
that's her expectation. That's her standard. If he don't want to do that, then he shouldn't be with a woman like Aisha. because those kids are not Aisha. So to try to factor them in, like, well, I have these kids and that's not really Aisha's problem in a sense. Like she's letting him know this is my standard, this is my expectation. If he can't do that, then it's just not gonna, it's not meant to be in that sense. But here's my thing. I think finances in a relationship should be dependent on your financial situation. So sometimes it works to do 50-50, sometimes it doesn't. But if you don't even know each other's financial situation and you just coming in 50-50, let's do it 50-50, it's like, I don't like that because you don't even know what's needed or not needed to just be coming off the top of the dome with 50-50. So maybe he's not the one for her in that sense, but I feel like she set her expectations and her standard of what she wants, and he can be a part or
He gonna
not
be
be
able
a
to
part.
roll with it or not, or to me, it's a conversation. It's gonna have to be a long-term conversation. Yeah, this is ready to love, not ready to get married. This is not maths. So they're not combining their finances, within a 30-day time span. But it's something that you said that's so interesting. Her being a woman, I know that if I were merging households and this man had and I was with somebody that had two kids, I know me, I would instantly I couldn't say, well, that's those kids aren't my responsibility. I would be like, those are kids, those are his kids, and we're merging. If we, especially if we're getting married, those kids are
Marriage is
mine for life.
different. They're not even in a
Right.
relationship. They're
That was
dating.
my
So
preamble, what I
we
just
not there yet.
I
They
started with
just
that. I said that
uh-huh.
they're just dating right now. This is ready to
Right.
love. This is not the Mavs. This is not merge everything within 30 days. But I do think, um, I don't think that Aisha has that mindset. She's like, he has three kids, I got two kids, and I really need to have this conversation and see if
Mhm.
we're going to be merging these households financially, whether it be a year from now or what. So, and I feel like she would love those kids. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do hear what you're saying. Marriage is different, but
Mhm.
that is a huge undertaking. And
No,
is
I
he
get
willing
what
to?
you're saying. I get what you're saying as far as marriage, and but I'm saying if she's saying my standard and expectation is this, and then he comes in with, well, I got this many kids. Well, I do this and I do. It's like, no, you either like actually Aubrey said you either agree or disagree to the
Mhm.
standard. So
Yeah, what bill or two is that? Like, I wanna we're going to have to map that out. It can't be just like,
and she probably didn't literally mean one bill or two bills. I
yeah.
think she was saying, I'm not paying a majority of the bills.
I
So,
agree. I don't think that that's
mhm,
I don't see her like, if something is about
mhm,
to happen, I'm not gonna let this house fall in on us. I
right.
don't know if that was Jonesy wanted to comment on his house. I'm not gonna she was like, what's up with the 800 square foot house? We don't know what the back of that house looks like. That is DC.
Mhm.
So a lot of so you don't know. Some people's houses look real small. I got like look real small from the front, and then all you got this palatial estate in the back. So I did peep that, but you don't know. It could be something different.
Mhm.
Especially out here in the South, boy. Okay, go ahead, you first. Mm.
What that sound?
I don't even know. This was first of all, like you said, a lot of their scene. I'll go first of all, like you said, a lot of their scenes were so choppy and so cut. I
Mhm.
feel like this was probably like a 2 or 3 hour dinner
Yeah.
date, and it's turned into less than 5 minutes. I'm gonna say 3.5 minutes. So to me, um, I just feel like it was just one was that his aunt? Yeah, his aunt, because his mother passed away. I
Mhm.
see where he get his looks from. Like right here, I said, "Oh, this woman looked just like he looked just like her." But I feel like you kind of seen his softer side in front of these two ladies. You know what I mean? Um, I don't know. This was one of the dresses that I did like of hers. Because Sydney don't like to wear no clothes. She just don't like to wear no clothes. She wanna go- Like I was like, these are. It's not even a hot day. As some of these days were hot, but not. But it was a cute meeting. I just don't even remember. Was there anything substantial that they learned about Sydney in this meeting? Do you?
I just remember she got tripped up when they started asking about Frank. And I
Oh,
felt
that's
like
right. Thank
I
you.
kind of felt like that was too much, like talking about Frank and what she likes or doesn't like and comparing them and well, I feel peace with Phil. And I'm just like, I don't know why they
Do
talking
you?
about Frank, first of
Right.
all. But it's I don't know. I,
So now that I remember, okay, she did, and see, to me, she did say, well, with Frank, I know him and we feel so comfortable with each other. And she just seemed like she had a sense of like understanding and comfortability with Frank. And she said with Phil, she feels peace. And to me, I'm like, for what everything that you're explaining about Frank, he is a good match for you. Like
right.
it was like, I feel just so comfortable. And you never ever have somebody in your life that whatever they say, you get it and everything. I was like, yeah, um, that sounds like a really good match. So, and then she said she has a sense of peace with him and stuff like that. And I was like, this is nice. Yeah, it was just really choppy. Mm.
It was like I don't know why it was like I felt like mostly with them. Like every time they showed Sydney and Phil, it just seemed so choppy. I was like, I don't know what to take from this, but it is what it is.
Where is her day wear? Thank you, high fives. Where is her day wear? It was so funny. Sean's in the comments, and Sean and Jay were talking about like, don't you have like a sundress? Don't you have like a nice flowy type of dress? Don't you something like just something different? Where's your um? Just mix it up. Where's your day wear? You're not, it's not, and not everything is a bar. Not everything is a bar scene. So yeah, I just don't know. They're going to have a problem. They're going to have a problem unless Phil likes the nightlife. Yeah. She said she likes
Mhm.
physical. Sydney has more physical attraction to Phil though.
I don't see that.
I don't
Well, I
see
mean,
that.
because I don't think Phil's that good looking. Maybe that's what it is.
I actually think he is handsome. I actually think Phil is good looking, but I also think
Phil get on my nerves. I'm sorry. I just can't do like it seemed like his
I,
tongue is heavy, like when he talks, and
the
I'm like, I can
bottom of
hardly
his
understand
head.
him. And then he always looking at the floor, he
That's what
looking
I was
out
about
the
to say. It's
window.
his
I
eyes.
I would like I could not I kind of understand why Shiloh could have a moment. Cause you gonna look at me, you gonna be direct with me. So I couldn't do it with Phil for those reasons. But
Phil is this look right here, always looking at the floor or always reverting his eyes or something like that. That's
yeah.
that the eyes. I still don't think he's a bad looking guy. But I do think there's something there. There's some issues there. So
No, they didn't.
what did she say? What did
I'm not even gonna repeat it. I'm not gonna repeat
Sydney is not Netflix
it.
until Phil will enjoy her and then get bored real quick. She's one note. Wow. Okay. Okay. Mm-mm. He okay. I wouldn't say good looking. Maybe he's that's what I was saying. Who was I saying? I think it was I talking to you last week? It was his underbite. I think he does have I actually might have been in I actually might have been in another rounds last week and I was like, he's a handsome guy. It's just his overbite. Um yeah, so that everything she was saying to me sounded more like her attraction. Yeah, I feel like I keep going back to that same scene.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This needs to be a meme. First of all, why I first of all, why did they ask her to take like 5 steps back. I didn't understand that. I was like,
They should have told her she was gonna be in the sand.
right.
Those little heels was like just
Like, she
sinking.
legitimately sunk. And I said, why is it that Sydney and Phil were on the boardwalk and they put her and him in the sand? Maybe because he is stature challenged, and they needed someplace where maybe they were on the same eye level. I don't know. Maybe because of his height. I'm not sure, but she totally sunk. And here he's giving his politician speech right here. This political speech right here.
I just felt it was awkward, like when they kissed and then she like threw her leg on him. And I was like, it just seemed forced there too. And I was like, and she just has these moments where it's just cringy. Like, so we gonna go to church? I mean, is it
Yes.
Sunday? Y'all gonna go right now? Like, I
So
don't
you
know
gonna
what.
go to church with me? You gonna go to church with me?
I was like, what?
You
Like,
gonna go to church with me? And you could just tell that he's trying to say his politician speech, and y'all, everybody's been saying it, and I said, you just really just wanted to be picked. I said,
mhm.
this man has not proven in any way that he's the right one for you. Um,
I gotta agree with Chloe Johnson. I was in her live the other day, and she was talking about he's the type of man, he'll go with you to church like 3 times, and then he gonna stay home and he gonna keep you from church. And that's what happens when you're unequally yoked. When you're trying to force somebody to go to church with you, to pray with you, to abstain with you, when
yep.
he clearly told you he's a hypersexual, it just doesn't end well. And I just don't understand what her expectations were with him, especially with that reunion clip where they're getting into it. I'm
Yep.
like, what did you really expect to come out of this? So I'm like, it just don't end well when you know you're unequally yoked, when you know you don't have the same aspirations, you're not heading in the same like direction or path. He just gonna knock you off your path. That's it. So I don't know what.
Oh,
You
man.
are silly. I'm not.
No, I agree with you though. And I actually had an ex like that. Like I was like, no, I'm going to church. Nah, I'm good. I'll stay here. And like, and you sure you want to go to church today? Let's go get something to eat. Like he'll
Right.
yeah,
Like, I'm gonna watch the game today. Can you make
right.
those wings? You be mad. Like, next thing you know, you at
Next thing you
home.
know, I'm sitting in the house, and so yep. She looked frightened. I don't think but no, she looked like she know this ain't it. She know this ain't it. Yes, Phil does have a lisp as well. Um, yeah, this absolutely.
Make sure y'all hit that like button, please, and thank you.
I don't think it's. I don't think. Does Sydney have an underbite?
Sydney?
Sydney has the eye
I
of the. Sydney is left eye. She's left eye, which is not a bad thing. She's still
It's not about looking good
right.
kissing, but there was a moment where it just looked forced with Moomin and
Mhm.
Frank, and it's just I don't know. I think maybe it's just always with Moomin. Like there's certain like even when she was calling Walter Zaddy, and I was just like, don't do
For
that,
what?
please don't do that.
Exactly. For what? Moomin can feel it that Frank ain't it, but she trying to force it because she just wants someone in her life. I don't. Yeah, everybody is saying that they love her eyebrows, and I'm like, are you serious? Really?
Whose eyebrows?
I think they're talking
Moomin?
about no Sydney's eyebrows.
Oh.
Jeremy, we gonna invite you on the reunion show. You
You know what?
coming with us? You coming on this reunion show? This is my favorite part. This is my favorite part of the episode.
Yeah.
Listen, listen. First of all, when she walked up, when Miss Sabrina
Hmm.
walked up, first of all, I'm gonna go back. First of all, they're matching again. First of all, they're matching again. But she was holding the dress out so the camera could catch every layer of this dress.
She was giving. She was on
Yes.
her America's Next Top Model.
Yes, she
She had the
was.
whole smizing thing going on. She was
Hmm.
doing it.
Hmm. And then when he said his little 30-second speech, the camera caught where she said, um, well, and she said, I sat with myself for 24 hours, yeah, for 24 hours. And I said, in
Wait,
that,
let's rewind.
in,
Can we rewind to when she walked up and he said, "You look like a princess." No,
and
you
she
ain't call
said,
it no over
queen.
40-year-old woman a princess. Like,
Hey,
see, that's what you are used to dating. You're used to dating princesses. This is not one of the little 21-year-olds you're used to dating. Like, and she corrected him real quick,
and she
queen.
said,
Thank
queen.
you.
And I said their whole relationship would be like this, her constantly correcting him. But besides that, she said, I sat with myself for 24 hours and it wasn't a good feeling. And I said, in that 24 hours, he didn't call her once. He didn't call her or text her once. And I said, this is the issue. I'm about to spill my drink. I'm gonna get before we have an accident. But in that 24 hours, he did not call her once. And she said, I didn't have a good feeling because you have not reached out, you have not really shown that you're really interested in being with me. You did not do the courting. And I know how it feels to be courted. And the way he looked up, he was like, Hmm. He was looking up in the sky. He was looking up at the clouds, but he let her speak, and then she turned around and she grabbed her flowers. Um, and in his ITM, he said, "I thought that after she met my family, we were good to go." Sir, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it again. He said, "I have not spoken to her until since she met my family."
That's the problem.
That's the problem. And honestly, and this is what I was going to say, is that he is so used to the younger women being the ones uh, to approach him, be all over him, and him not having to do the work. She said, I know how it feels for a man to really want to be with me and really put in that work, and you
Mhm.
haven't, and feel desired and feel wanted. And she was like, and I feel like she also said, Walter has not tried to be affectionate with me. And oh, that's right. During the meeting with the aunt and sister, she said, is he affectionate? She's like, I'm
Right.
asking these questions for specific reasons because he's not tried to be affectionate with me. So are other women, the younger girls, all over him so he doesn't have to
Hmm.
towards her because
He's used to Moomins.
right,
Moomins will chase him. They're gonna sit there and what's wrong with your energy? Your energy is off. Your energy, what's the matter? What did I do? What can I do? He's used to that. And Sabrina said, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like she said, I know what it's like
yep,
to have a man pursue me. And you're not pursuing me. And the fact that he was sitting there with his face twisted up like he don't know what she's talking
yep,
about and like this is so left field, this came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere because you don't talk to the girl.
right,
That's why you didn't see it coming. And like you really stood there and expected just because you threw 10 rose petals on the ground that she was going to say I choose you. I was like the audacity, like
yeah.
it was.
Audacity was on deck. Audacity was on deck because I was like, well, you've been absolutely mediocre this whole time. You've been coasting. And honestly, I was like, do you have a business to push? Do you come? Because if you do, that's what you should have been doing. It was like Sabrina said, listen, if I ain't gonna find somebody, I'm gonna show sell these dresses, and I am here for it. I'm here for it. I'm gonna look. Y'all gonna see me shine, and I'm gonna look good doing it. So, like, it's too bad if he had a business to push. Like, he should have been doing that because he sure was not pursuing this lady. He wasn't, and you really have to do that. Yeah,
I was,
and
yeah, I loved her speech, even though he was trying to act like she don't know what she's talking about. I was like, I have been there where you sit
Mhm.
there. I remember one time I was in this relationship and I was trying to fight for this relationship to work. And when I actually sat back down and reflected, I was like, I'm actually not happy. I'm always confused. I don't know where I stand. I don't know where this is going. But it's like you can't be so caught up in having a man and having someone that wants you that you don't realize, I'm not happy here. And kudos to Sabrina. We need these type of moments on TV
You
where women are choosing themselves and not an unhealthy relationship, because I think so it's so easy to do a Moomin and Frank and just choose someone out of default. But can you really stand up for yourself and say, you know what, this wasn't going to work, this doesn't suit me, so I'm just gonna gracefully bow out. Like, can we see more moments of this? So many people, they're afraid of rejection or afraid of leaving the
Mhm.
show without someone, that you're settling for what? And what message are you sending people that are watching when you constantly go with the safe option? But Sabrina, yes. And when she picked up them flowers,
I
she was
knew,
like,
right?
I'm you to hand them to me. I'm gonna take them.
And watch me walk away and watch me
Yeah.
as I move. But also, and everybody's saying shout out to Sabrina and just they love how she handled this. One, it wasn't like a Kyra moment where when she did this, she had an I choose me speech, but it wasn't like Kyra from last episode. She was very much she really reflected on the actual relationship, right? And
Mhm.
secondly, I realized again, just like you were saying in an old previous relationship, I realized why one of the reasons why I really like her is I've had to have this conversation. Like you said, you really had to sit back in your previous relationship and say, I'm not happy. And I've had to have this conversation and said, you're not, um, you've not been there for me, and I have to step out in and I have to get out of this relationship for me. I know what it's like to really feel love, and you're not giving me that. Yeah, and she did it the right way. She did it
That
the right way.
high vibe. I
This
You
way.
know what? I'm not about to play with y'all. I am not about to play with y'all. No, we never mind. Never.
Go ahead. So, but you know what? This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that she was criticized for it, but I feel like Kyra did it and the way Sabrina did it was totally different. It's not saying Sabrina wants love. She wants to be in a relationship, and she has not said anything
Mhm.
different in that case. So I
It's
like
like
this.
Auntie got some tea. Auntie's from DC, so she's had the little details and tea of what really happened. Auntie says Walter was not into it.
Mm-hmm.
He was busy with work and tried to eliminate himself. Sabrina stopped him, so she knew and made this moment.
Mm. Okay.
Hmm.
I hear that. I hear that. That's just like a couple weeks ago when we met Sabrina's cousin over Zoom because she had just had a baby. Um, I was saying everybody was criticizing him for the suit, and I said I think he just came from work. I just,
Yeah.
I just got the impression. I said this man just came from work. Yeah. So I love this. Who's next? Yep. This was very pretty. This was very pretty. Um, I don't like turtlenecks, but besides that, the dress was very pretty, and it was just a really pretty scene. I liked they're one of the ones that I feel like are going to I don't want to say going to make it, but at least could have a connection outside of this. Go ahead. I can't think of anything.
I really like them together, but when she made this statement, she kind of had a Liz moment with, "Oh, I got a man now," type of
Oh,
thing,
that's right. She
and
did. You're
then
right.
Then she said, "Oh, I got somebody in Netflix and chill with." I'm like, you can do that with anybody. You didn't have to come on a show to do that. So I don't know. Maybe she doesn't see anything serious with him. But I was like, okay. But
Well, no, I think she was saying that she wanted to Netflix and chill with her man and not with just anybody. So
I guess.
yeah, you can. So that's why she said that. So thank you, Miss Creative. Thank you. So yes, please hit that like button. Please
Please and thank
subscribe.
you.
Please and thank you. Yeah, I liked this moment. She did have a Ashante's Got a Man moment at the end.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I just thought it was a sweet moment. I have nothing. I just wonder, they're the ones that I feel like could have something at the end.
Yeah, I
At
see
least
it.
they could
I
have,
see it.
yeah, at least they could have a really long lasting friendship like this. Yeah, I definitely see that. Oops, I keep going back. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so here's my thank you so
Yeah,
much. Thank
I
you so
snuck
much for
this
putting this in.
photo in. I
Thank you.
snuck this photo in because I was
Thank
like,
you.
is it me or is her wig lopsided? And y'all
It
come in
is.
these comments every single live talking about this girl's wig.
It is. I was in Chloe's live and I said, Am I being rude or am I just frustrated with this
How do
wig?"
you get your wig like that? I don't know how that
And I
happened.
said, to me, there's so many scenes like this that I'm like, is she doing this on purpose? Is she doing this on? I kept thinking, this, like, is she doing this on purpose? The only to one side. That's like, I was in Chloe
It's
Johnson's
all for
live, and I said, she's
fun.
doing this on purpose, y'all. She's doing this.
It's all in fun. I just put this in here for y'all because y'all always talking about her hair.
Chloe, I was in your live. I said, I'm sorry if I'm being rude, but it's just so frustrating. I was like, stop it. I was like, stop. Why are you doing this? Are you doing this on purpose? I absolutely. I was like, why is it every scene? I was like, do they not have mirrors? I was like, no. And so honestly, it's hers that frustrates me, not Sabrina's. I'm sorry. I feel like Sabrina, she's gonna change it up. We know that Sabrina's gonna change it up, but I don't think that we'll ever catch Sabrina with one side like this. Sis, what is happening? What is happening? So yes, I just appreciate her putting that in there for us. Yes, that was me, Chloe. I was like, I keep doing it. I keep mentioning it. Why? Why is this happening? I think she was trying to get volume and it only worked on one side. Not the volume only working on one side. Why would the volume only work on one side, y'all? This photo, this photo is haunted. Rebuke it, Lord. Rebuke it. Like, why only one side?
Hold on, I'm gonna come back in. My volume went off. Hold on.
I can hear you perfectly. Up. We lost Misha for a second. We lost Misha. But yes, y'all, please hit that like button. We got 192 in here right now. This was the finale. Thank goodness for this finale. Next week, I'm gonna actually put my email at the bottom because I would like to know if you guys would like to come on to the show next week for the after show, because last time, well, with Put a Ring on It, Misha and I did a show directly after. I don't know if we'll do that Friday night or we might just keep doing this Sunday. Misha got a whole child out there, so if that's up to her, but we definitely need to we're gonna have some fun for this after party. Because this is about to be a lot. This is gonna be a lot of fun, y'all. I just feel like I just don't even want to go to I just don't want to take it down. I don't want to take it down. I don't want to take it down. Okay, y'all. Thank
Uh-oh.
you so much for joining us. Join me in 30 minutes for a submission for the ladies panel. What does submission really mean to you? And I'm going to be talking about this idea of masculine versus feminine energy. And I got some great ladies coming on. And yeah, that's yes, I can't think of anything else right now. We got so it's 7:30 p.m. Eastern for Candid Convo with Crystal. I might just do this right quick. I can't stop. Okay. I can't stop. So yes, next week we would love. So my email is down at the bottom. Candid Convo with Candid Convo. C Candid Convo at gmail.com. And please let us know. Oh, Chloe wants to come. Oh, definitely. If we get Chloe and we get Jeremy, that's all we need. Like,
Yes.
yes, we got to. Do you think it's good? It's probably going to be part 2. And also, did you notice that Tommy is not hosting the reunion?
Well, I heard it was a 3-part, but they said last season was 3 parts and they only showed 2 parts. So I feel like they might just show 2 parts. But y'all, they didn't warn Uncle Nephew Tommy out.
Yes.
He is done. He's like,
He's-
y'all don't pay me enough to come
so
back
done.
and do this reunion with
So
these
done.
silly folks.
Yeah, I agree. He's probably so done. Yeah. Y'all, please send me an email at the bottom.
Wants to join too.
It's ccandidconvo at gmail.com. And let's have a good time with this reunion because this is going to be a trip. I looked at the fashions. The fashions might be giving. The fashions might be on. We might have to have a little fashion commentary. We might have to have a little segment, pre-show segment, just about the fashions just by himself. He's tired of these ninjas. He's like, okay, y'all, I'm done.
If you saw him, he was on his last straw with Phil and Shiloh. He is like,
He's not an advice. He's not a life coach. Why are they going to nephew Tommy? He's not a why. So that I was like, I really hope it's not 3 episodes and I know like on Chloe's, we thought it was going to be a 2-hour RTL the other night, and I was like, oh, thank God. I didn't even see Shiloh in the reunion, but I wasn't really looking for her at first. So I did see the 2 girls that I did see. What's her name? Carrie and Libba. So I don't know.
we'll see.
We'll see. Y'all, thank you so much, Misha.
But I'll be going live. I guess I'll do my open chat live on Tuesday. So if y'all want to come up and have your say about the finale, I'll be dropping the link during the chat. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Please hit that like button. Get us to 100 likes before we end the live. Please hit the like button. Please.
Please. Thank you guys so much. This has been a lot of fun.
Right.
And yeah, we're going to be doing this again next week.
Right. Sorry, I read